All right, tonight's video, and it is nighttime, so that's awesome. The page blowing up. As you can tell, we do nothing but professional videos around here. Tonight's video is probably the most important one. I mean, losing weight, who wants to do that? You know, making money, turning a business around, operating a restaurant during Corona. Come on now. Pshaw. What the general public really wants to know is, what's the snack situation in Thailand? Let's talk about snacks, baby. Yeah, talk about snacks, baby. So, I got a double chocolate cookie for 5 baht. And I bought this at 7-Eleven, and this is the last time you will see me purchase anything from 7-Eleven. And of course, I'll talk about that. But 5 baht is about 16 cents, right? Because it's 31, 32 baht to $1. So you're talking about 16 cents for a snack. Looks like a chocolate chip cookie, but it's in Thai. So just got to go by the pictures on that one, 5 baht. And then I really went highbrow and spent 10 baht, or 32 cents, on Cream O Gold by Jack and Jill. Now, the reason this is American packaging, if you see right here, it's got the little logo there. So it's a 7-Eleven item that goes worldwide, regardless of the country that they sell them in. So this was a whopping 32 cents because, 7-Eleven needs their money. So I wanted to check the price of beer because one of the workers told me that a Chang beer, which is the low-end beer, that's your Budweiser basically of Thailand, is Chang beer, Leo beer, and Singha beer, and that's the order of price that we sell them for. And so I'm guessing, because I don't drink beer and I don't know, that that's the level of quality: Chang, then Leo beer, and then Singha. What's interesting too is I know Singha makes water. When we buy the big bottles of water at the Tesco, which is like a Publix, Tesco Lotus is their Publix, or Winn-Dixie, this Singha brand water. So Singha, besides making beer, also makes water, big bottles, little bottles. So somebody had told me that 7-Eleven is selling beers way cheaper than we're selling them. So I had to go investigate, right? Is this true? Pai is sort of a hippie town, as I've said before. And so the, anti-establishment vibe, like for a lot of years when Apple came out, people wouldn't buy IBM computers. They bought Apple because IBM was like the man, you know what I mean, in the business suit. So all the hipsters and the anti-establishment people bought Apple computers. And Apple still sells to this day, and for a while they dominated with the iPhone. But obviously there's more IBM computers, and now there's more, I believe, Android phones than iPhones. But way back when PCs first came out, Mac dominated at first because it was easier to use, and people didn't like the corporate image of IBM compatible computers like Dell and Xeos and Northgate. And so anywho, 7-Eleven, I have found in the last few days, is the equivalent of Walmart. So number one, they're everywhere, more places than they need to be. And it's interesting because I've done a video before about stores closing here, small business getting hurt by Corona and the shutdown, and how ridiculous it was, especially here, because the biggest equivalent I could make, an analogy would be Mae Hong Son, which is the province I'm in, is like Wyoming or Montana. There's nobody friggin' here. When you get outside Little Pie, which is like, Laramie, Wyoming, right? Or Helena, Montana, like a city you've heard of, right? Outside, there's like hill tribes and stuff. That's why they only had 5 reported cases of COVID-19 up here, because People are all spread out and keep to themselves, and we had 4 here in Pai because, once again, one dude came up from Bangkok, which is, a festering cesspool. So he brought it up here, and that's why they've locked the place down, and you can't get in or out because they don't want another asshole bringing the shit in from somewhere else, right? So 5 in the whole province. It shouldn't be locked down as far as people moving around inside the province. Restaurants should be open, bars should be open. Nobody has it up here. And so small businesses are going out, and I ventured to guess a week or so ago that the people who would benefit would be big corporations like 7-Eleven. So there's one literally, I want to say 100 meters, if that, like 100 yards of football field, roughly, from the shop here. So we walked down there to check beer prices because I wanted to see how much cheaper they were selling it than us, to try to be competitive and see if I could work with my distributor, buy more, do something to get the price down. And it turned out this particular location didn't sell beer at all. They didn't have it on the shelves. I was like, okay, that's weird. I thought, if one 7-Eleven sells it, they all do. Plus, I walked in and I forgot my mask again. Friggin' moron. I usually have one in the car, but I didn't. I think I threw that last one away from the hospital. Remember, it got nasty, the white one. It was like discolored and gross, so I threw it away. And I have more hanging here on opposite side of the room, washable ones that have been washed. I have a cool black one that I like, but it's up here, not in the car, so didn't have it, forgot it. And they took my temperature. They got a guy or a lady standing at the door taking the temperature now, but they let me in. They don't sell beer. Well, shit, I want to check the beer price. So we walked back to the restaurant, got in the car, and drove to another 7-Eleven 3 or 4 blocks up. And they wouldn't let me in without a mask. I get it. This is fucking Montana, right? Like, this is not New York City. This is not Las Vegas, right? If that happened in Phuket or Bangkok, I totally understand, because they're still getting an occasional case of COVID down there, even after all this time of lockdown. There's just so many friggin' people and people out partying and stuff and not, following the rules. So I would understand, but dude, this is Mae Hong Song. And since January, there were 5 cases. They've all recovered. Nobody died. Everybody's out of the hospital. It's really a non-issue here. So for that 7-Eleven to, Gestapo me and like, you can't come in, it was just bullshit. I'm not a fan. And what's funny is if you read the Pai family Facebook group, which is the local thing for Farang here, there's about 14,000 members. Some live in Pai, some don't. Obviously, Pai is much smaller than 14,000 people. They all hate 7-Eleven, and now I kind of understand why. It's Walmart. It's the Walmart of Pai, of Thailand. There's just way too many of them. It's all corporate owned. It's the anti mom and pop shop, which really is what Thailand was about, should be about. And the people on the Pai Facebook group say they only go into 7-Eleven when they got to break a big bill, like they got 1,000 baht, $30, and they need change for things that cost 20 baht or 10 baht, like the ice cream I had the other day, or like the 5 baht candy. So they break the 1,000, they'll buy a 5 baht piece of candy and get 995 baht change at 7-Eleven. Which, when I read it, I was like, yeah, whatever. But now that I see how fucking insidious they are, it's kind of cool. I'm glad. Fuck the man. But anyway, enough talk. Let's get snacking. Anybody who knows me knows that I cannot eat chocolate without a nice cold glass of milk. Yeah, you can call me a 6-year-old. I really don't give a shit. I like milk with chocolate, period. It is what it is. Deal with it. So we're going to try the 5 baht, with the expectation that the 10 baht is better. All right, so it's a chocolate-coated cookie snack. It doesn't look like the picture at all. That's what you get for 5 baht. Stop complaining and eat it, fat boy. Okay. It's okay. I mean, for 16 cents, I'm not going to bitch about it, but it's a chocolate cookie. I mean, it's kind of dry and powdery, not a lot of flavor, no chips at all. Like this leads you to believe, that there's chocolate chips in there, but not that I can taste. I'm going to sue 7-Eleven for false advertising. Now this one is actually chocolate coated, like a Thin Mint. It's got that, like a ganache, liquidy chocolate coating that's been poured over and dried. And you see the little edge there. So, this is the 10 baht one. And we're going to see what's inside. More chocolate. In fact, basically the same chocolate cookie in the 5 baht version. So you get the same cookie, a little bit thicker and covered in white milk chocolate. Minty. It's got a little mint to it. Cream O Gold. There's a minty chocolate covered chocolate cookie. That's a lot of pleasure for 10 baht, let me tell you. I'm a pretty happy guy right now. No, I'm not giving up my diet. I'll be drinking fucking a liter of juice, carrot juice again tomorrow morning. I'll be eating yogurt, mixed fruit, and fucking granola again tomorrow. I'll have a salad again for lunch tomorrow. Cranky, great white Buddha. Not a bad dessert for 15 baht for both of them. And I was smart enough to keep both of these in the, once again, I wanted to say walk-in. When I had my pizza place, we had a walk-in, a legitimate, 10 foot by 10 foot walk-in. Everything we have here is just coolers like Coke display cases you'd see in a pizza restaurant in the States. I mean, the one we have, by the prep station is actually pretty deep. It's deeper than your normal display case. It's a cookie. I ain't gonna keep videoing me eating a cookie. I just thought it'd be cool to show you some snacks. Basically, that's what 7-Eleven is good for. Is buying a cheap snack to get change. Because they're greedy, cocksucking pigs, just like Walmart. And they're knocking the mom and pop shops out of business. Goodbye from Pai, Thailand.